Guys, it's Royal,
And I'm River.
and today we are not in Kansas anymore.
No, we are not. We are in World War II Europe.
Yes,
All over Europe.
just everywhere, in a few different places. All of the places. Hey River, it has been a second. Like, I
According to my notes, the last time we recorded episode was April 14th. It was
yes.
April 30th.
Yeah, that's what it said on the doc, when, the last time it was edited. So it has been about a month.
It's been a hot minute.
Oh my. It's okay though, because we're gonna have an even worse upload schedule this month.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'll be fine.
It's gonna be great. Oh, there's so many good movies to review. But it's okay. We'll get to some of them. So today we are reviewing Schindler's List. I set up the doc, but I didn't bring up the IMDb. Oh,
What happens when we try to change the rhythm?
yeah. It's like I did the doc, but not the. Oh my gosh, Liam Neeson. Already distracted. Okay. Schindler's List. It came out in 1993, which I told my dad, and he did not believe me. It came out in 1993, and the synopsis is: in German-occupied Poland during World War II, industrialist Oskar Schindler, I can speak, gradually becomes concerned for his Jewish workforce after witnessing their persecution by the Nazis. It's rated at 8.9 out of 10, directed by Steven Spielberg. The music is done by the score is John Williams, and stars Liam Neeson, Ralph Fiennes, Ben Kingsley, and a few other people. Oh, the Metacritic score is 94. That is high. High. Do you think it's deserved?
I do.
So do I.
This is a fantastic movie.
This is a really, really good movie. I was gonna say there's no point that I don't like it, but I mean there are a couple of times where I'm like,
Before we start talking about the actual movie, if you are under the age of probably 16,
yeah.
you should probably leave.
Oh right, this movie is rated R. And
This movie is very rated R.
it is extremely it. I could have seen some preteens watching. I mean, I know preteens watched it, and it wasn't too big of a deal. No, this movie is a big deal if you are a child and watching it. Do not watch it.
Do not watch it if you were a child.
Yes. Okay. Have we scared away all the children?
Bye, children.
Bye, children.
I'll put a timestamp for you if you want to come back and watch the movie.
Yeah. It'll be in the description. It'll also be on screen now.
Yay!
Okay. So now that the children are gone, yeah, that's good catch because I totally forgot about that.
I got you.
Yeah. No, it's almost like we co-host this show. It's almost like we both
Really?
do things. I forget. I do so many things on my own that I forget that other people exist and that I don't have to be responsible for everything.
I do nothing.
You're here.
I get news occasionally.
You do get
And I
news.
feel like I pick the movie most of the time.
Yes. Yeah. Which is great. This is a great podcast. And this is a great movie.
Today's movie is brought to you by Professor Jones.
Yes,
our
Professor
history teacher.
Jones. Yes, shout out to
Made us
Professor
watch this
Jones.
movie in class.
Oh wait, not our
Very
history
good
teacher.
also made us-
He's not our history teacher anymore.
No, he will always be our history teacher.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, school's out though. We're
This is why our uploading schedule is going to be off, because we all have things to do over the summer.
right. Yeah, we were looking at our calendars for this summer before the episode started, and it's the weeks that River is home, I am away, and the weeks that I am away, River is home. And I just said the same thing twice, but it's okay. You get what I mean. It's not gonna be great. We're gonna try and work some stuff out. Yeah.
Fine, just keep going.
Okay. Well, we just power through. Schindler's List. Ratings? We got some ratings?
Mm,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with like a whole number here. I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10.
I was gonna say the same thing actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got the same rating. What's the last thing we wrote at? We rated 9 out of 10. I feel like I rated oh, I wrote a rate whoa. Whoa. Good morning. I can speak. It's the afternoon. I rated Little Women 9.7 out of 10. I, you rated it a 9.6 out of 10. I rated How to Train Your Dragon a 9.9 out of 10, so I guess that's not even a comparison. Wow, you do not hand out a lot of 9s out of 10s. 9 out of 10s.
I do not.
Oh, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And, oh wait. No, you rated Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark the first time around 9.6. And Spider-Man Homecoming is, of course, an 11 out of 10. That's as far back as I'm willing to go. We're almost on episode 30, by the way.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Anyway.
It's, yeah.
So,
9 out of
this
10.
movie was nominated for 12 Oscars.
Oh my gosh.
It won 8 of them.
I agree. Yes, give it all of the Oscars.
Very well deserved.
Yeah. This has...
You go.
Okay, that it has a fabulous score. John Williams
It
can
does.
John Williams can compose everything except for How to Train Your Dragon, which John Powell should compose.
Okay.
Have you listened? Have you listened? No. Oh my gosh, John Powell destroyed the How to Train Your Dragon score. Maybe just John's.
So that I often listen to the How to Train Your Dragon score.
I can say that I do. I do a lot. It's really, really good. Yeah. So the score is lovely. Liam Neeson, my buddy Qui-Gon, yeah, he did really, really well in his role as Oscar Schindler. In case you didn't know, that's who he played. Ha!
Wow.
Wow! Did you watch this movie?
I did.
Yeah, I know. I'm a mess. Yeah, I've only seen this movie once. This is the first time that I had seen it. It's a solid amount of times to see a movie. Why is there seats in here?
This movie was mostly shot on location in Poland, which I find very interesting.
So like, just like the scenery and stuff, or like just like all of it.
I think all of it.
Or most.
were shot in Poland. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, it's actually quite nice. Yeah, this movie, everything, like, in my opinion, my humble opinion, hey, that's why you're here. You're here to hear my opinion. And by you, I mean the people, the viewers, the listeners.
Not just me.
Yeah, not just you. River, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I don't do this podcast just for you. It's not just. It's just. It's not all.
This podcast just for you.
Aww.
Not for anybody else, just for you.
Aww. What? Thank you. Every single part of this
You can
film.
hear all of my opinions, like you don't hear them enough anyway.
Truth. Oh, I love. Everything about this film, though, was intentional. Like, every single scene, every single character, every single moment just felt so correct and intentional. Yeah, so, like, in the beginning, what even was the intro? I know it was chaotic. I can't exactly remember what was happening, though. Was that when they were, like, taking Jewish families, like, out of their homes? Initially? Like, the first time?
Yeah. With, like, the original houses.
Yeah, and then Schindler moves into the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, some... Like, they slave meat in like some church to sell things on like the black market.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. I remember. I remember. It's been a second since we
Yeah, it's been
saw
a
this
minute
film.
since we've seen like the like beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's probably been like 2 weeks.
Probably.
Um, that's okay though. But yeah, I remember like I'd heard the film music, um, before, but not like really like in a good context or anything. So when I first heard this, I thought it sounded like the Howl's Moving Castle theme. Um, Howl's Moving Castle is a Studio Ghibli film. Um, but yeah, it sounds similar, I think. Same vibes. Except in Howl's Moving Castle, they're not killing 6 million Jews. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't do that in very many films, or in real life very often, and they
Not in
shouldn't.
a long time.
It's been a second since we had a Holocaust. Um, and let's make it a longer second. Let's make it like a minute.
Yeah.
In fact, let's make it eternity. Let's make it eternity.
Don't do that ever.
let's not. If you're thinking about killing 6 million Jews, don't. Yeah. Um. So the very first like party that our boy Liam goes to.
I want all of the fancy dresses.
Oh, of course. It's part of the deal. Yeah. It's like I feel like every time he goes to like one of the parties, it's like very Mission Impossible esque. Where like he has a job, he has a task.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're gonna make friends with everybody on this boat. Boat? Why did I say boat? There's no boats in this movie. It wasn't a boat. It was never a boat.
No, there's never a boat.
There were no boats. It's the weekend, I think. No, actually, it's Friday. Am I okay?
No. I'm related, but I really want to watch Titanic.
I feel like you've said that the past couple episodes.
I know, and I actually did watch Titanic a couple weeks ago, but now I want to watch it again.
Go for it. But not right now because we need to record a podcast. What?
I would just like to bring up, when he like sat on the bed with his shoes on, and you like
Oh my gosh!
screen to get off the bed with your shoes on.
Yes! I forgot I did that. Yeah. So the scene where he like first comes into the house the scene where he like first goes into the house that they like kick the Jewish family out, and he just lays down on this freshly made and cleaned bed with his shoes and his jacket on. I don't even walk into my room with my shoes on. Yeah. I cannot.
I keep my shoes on like a rack in my room.
Oh, well, yeah, like I keep my shoes in my room, but it's like right next to the door.
Mine's in my closet.
Yeah, no. I can't stand like just like walking around my room with shoes on. Heck, I have realized that I hate like like sitting in like my desk chair or like in my bed with well, obviously with like shoes on, but also like with jackets on. I don't know why that seems odd to me. But I don't like it. It's like, please keep the outside germs not here. Yeah, I don't know. I have a weird brain. Yeah.
Where was this going?
Where was this going? Nazis make me mad.
Yeah.
Just all the time. Yeah. there it is. There it's written. This man just laid on a made bed with his shoes and a jacket. I have it written. I have it written down on in my notes.
I have it written down as Royal just yelled at Schindler to take his shoes off when he got up there.
Yes, indeed I did. Indeed I did. And Professor Jones just like, he just like looked at me and was like, really? I'm like, yeah.
There's quite a few Professor Jones quotes on here.
I don't actually. I didn't write down much like that he said. I do have written down though they treat the Jews like numbers, and I don't think that's not necessarily like movie related. But is most certainly Holocaust related. Yeah, like they're not people. They're just numbers. Also, the continued reference to essential workers kind of triggered me.
Right.
Like, um, like you should stay inside if you're not an essential worker. But yeah, that was a term used pretty regularly. That, yeah, my little pandemic brain didn't really like. Yeah, what happened in this movie?
What do we have here? Oh, when it was like I think it was like right after that little party thing that they had,
The one in the beginning?
and yeah, and Schindler has his like mistress at his house, and Mrs. Schindler shows up,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he like catches her there, and she just gets over it perfectly. Like no,
She's so used to it. Like, no, you deserve so much better.
she does.
Let's get a divorce from Miss Schindler. Actually, she did not plot twist. Yeah, the marriage did not last. In fact, yeah, like after the war, I think at the end it said like, yeah, their marriage was not a thing that made it. What else happened in this movie? War is so romanticized. And I think this applies to not just the Holocaust, but also like real life right now, like all the time. War and like death and fighting and like all of this stuff, it's so it's like put on a pedestal as like this honorable, manly, like beautiful thing. I might get some hate for this, and I'm sorry if I've like offended anybody by saying this. Because I do believe like there is a point to like defending what you love and what you care about. But the idea that bloodshed and like mass death is the way to do it is not something that sits well with me.
Yeah.
Obviously like much respect for people who have like laid down their lives for like what they care about. But can we just not kill people?
Exactly. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah, you would think, and then you like look at like politics and stuff, and it's like, ugh, ugh. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's not great. Wait,
Okay.
shoveling equals. Oh, when they started making the Jews just like shovel the sidewalks like with the snow and stuff.
Oh
Yeah, I wrote down like, oh yeah, this is how it starts. It's like that like meme, but like a really dark version. Like how it started versus how it's going. Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
you take like a shot of like the of them like shoveling the snow or whatever in just like the area that they're living, and then like the concentration camps. Oh my goodness, I just found so many things. I'm on a buried treasure hunt right now. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. We have diamonds and emeralds and gold and TNT. Yeah. So, yeah, we don't like killing Jews. We don't like killing anybody. Death is bad. Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the girl with the red coat.
Okay, yes. I agree. Let's talk.
Symbolism.
The symbolism. And just, like, the use of her as, like, a plot device to progress, like, Schindler, in his arc is just so good. Like, he and, like, whoever, like, one of his, like, mistresses or whatever, they're just, like, they go on, like, the horseback ride. and then they're just standing on the hill with the horses, watching the what do they call it? Like the liquidation of the ghetto.
That's a weird word, but yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it. It was just like, whoa, that right there is a moment.
I feel like Schindler always, like, throughout the movie they use his connection to children to, like, progress him as a character, because in one of the later scenes where um, the Schindler Jews are being transferred back to the factory from Auschwitz, and they try to take away a whole group of the kids. Remember that scene?
Yeah. Watch it
And
today.
he was like, "What are you doing?"
These are my
And they saved all those
workers.
kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're gone. What happened?
Oh.
Um. Okay. Yeah. That was a good scene, and then, it also whenever he kissed the Jewish girl to thank her for like the birthday present at his party. Yeah.
And that girl was at the end.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna have to talk a lot about like the end of the film, but not yet, because the end of the film.
We gotta go through the rest of it.
Yeah, we got a bit ways to go. I'm fully expecting this to be a longer episode, just because this is a 3.5-hour movie. As honestly though, there are movies that deserve to be 3-hour movies, and this is a movie that deserves to be a 3-hour movie. I think this can do it. Endgame.
Avengers should not have been.
Yeah. That didn't need to be 3 hours. Schindler's List needed to be 3 hours. Yeah. Yeah, the use of children, though, was really good. I think, so just something that I noticed, more pandemic things, was that the liquidation of the ghetto happened on March 13th.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not March 13th.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, and then there was, like, the whole red coat. The girl in the red coat. Yeah, it was... That was a moment that I was like, oh, that happened. So then, I think after that, they're in the labor camps, I think is what they're calling them.
Yeah.
Just like the labor camp outside of the ghetto, where they keep like, they're still I think,
Dirt.
yeah. I just lost my train of thought. Is this where we meet Gert?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Sorry.
It's
Oh,
Dirt's
yeah.
labor camp.
Oh, right. Gert's labor camp. You are correct. Yeah. It's like, what am I doing? Where's my brain? But yeah. Gert is an incredible character and the like negative incredible person.
Dirt is Voldemort.
Gert is Voldemort, which is something I discovered embarrassingly late. I did not discover. I was like, oh. It was like over halfway through the movie when I made this connection.
Yeah, because you were looking him up, and you were like, is this him with J.K. Rowling? And I was like, yeah. Like, I didn't really question that, because I was like, huh. Like, they would probably have some pictures together, and then you were like, wait.
He's Voldemort.
Yeah.
I'm really good at noticing things like that. Yeah, so that's something that I didn't catch on to until very late.
You got there eventually.
Yeah, I did. It also, so we actually, this is a little bit of a, not a spoiler alert, even a little bit, but we watched The Last Samurai after we watched Schindler's List in history class, which honestly, like, looking back, that movie is significantly worse than Schindler's List.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not even a competition. It's not worth a review. But Schindler's List is worth a review. So yeah, but in The Last Samurai, there's another Harry Potter actor. All we watch in history are like Harry Potter movies. Yeah, there's Wormtail, whoever plays Peter Pettigrew.
Yes, Peter Pettigrew.
Ew, gross character, by the way.
I agree.
Voldemort and Peter
This is the
Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew hate page.
This is a this is a Percy Weasley hate page. Ew, Percy Weasley is so ew. Like he's just the worst. So is Peter Pettigrew though.
Back to
Schindler's List.
Back to this.
What are we even doing?
I feel the need to talk about. Remember the piano scene when they're like at the liquidation of the ghetto,
Yeah.
and they're like.
There's the guy playing like Beethoven or something.
And then there's the guy playing the piano.
Mhm.
That scene is gold.
It is, and it like
It's just the right amount of intensity without making it like.
it's.
I don't know how we're gonna word that, but
I think I know what you mean though.
The score adding to the like overall feeling of the scene, like.
Right. It like completes the mood. No, I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
It adds to the mood of the scene so well. Because like there's the intensity of the moment, and then there's also the intensity of the piano playing, and they work together perfectly. Yeah, I know what you mean. It was really good. And that like scenes like that are what make this score so good. Like in the end, I know there's a bit like they're playing like the theme of the film over like the I guess just all of the bits where like just after the factory gets shut down, or they shut it down, and so all the Jews can go back to wherever they want to go. But yeah, it was really nice. Just like the score is incredible. I'll say it. I've said it 4 times. I'll say it 4 more times. I hate Schindler.
Okay.
I hate him as a person. He's just the worst.
Okay.
He is a scummy man. I could do. I say I could do without him in the world, but he did save like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like in the beginning of this movie, his entire character just makes me want to punch him and like drop kick him across the entire planet.
Okay. That's fair.
He is so just like the fact that my dad put it kind of nicely. It's like the way that he stated, like Schindler stated, is like the thing he said to his wife is like, the only thing that could have made me rich is happening. And it's not like he won the lottery or something. No, it's war. He's taking advantage of the fact that there are millions of people dying and using it to get rich. Now, of course, in the end, that's not how it plays out. But it does play out like that for a while, and it's not nice. I don't like him. So yeah, I don't like Schindler. Schindler.
I'm forming my rebuttal. Give me a minute.
Okay, you're good. While you're doing that, Gert's nails are lovely. Gert's nails. No, he like. I mean, I get he uses like slave labor to keep them like nice, but they're very nice.
They're very nice. I'm doing my nails right now. I'm taking a break from manufacturing.
Gotcha. Yeah. I did my nails over the weekend because I was in a wedding. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. It was nice though.
Right.
It was nice. Yeah.
I have formed my Schindler rebuttal.
Your Schindler rebuttal? So.
I agree that he was not a nice person for the first, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours of the movie.
Uh-huh.
2 hours, 15 minutes of the movie.
About 2/3 of
But
the film, yeah.
that I just completely lost my train of thought. Okay,
You're good, you're good.
that is why we have terrible people in it.
Yes!
Because he was not a very nice person throughout most of the film. But at the end,
His
through the events
redemption.
of the movie, he turned into a pretty swell guy.
Yeah. Yes, and while I agree with you, I still think the way that he acted in the beginning, and like probably for most of his life or whatever, is not okay, even a little bit.
Okay, wait. Timeline quiz. When did Schindler's List?
I feel like in like 45?
Okay.
But I don't know for sure. I
Schindler
failed the
was
last
supposed to
timeline
die
quiz.
in 1974.
Uh-huh.
So that's like 30 years after the fact of this movie that we don't know like what he did or what happened to him.
That's true.
So I feel like to make a judgment off of him based on this movie is not what we need. Like, we gotta take into account the things that happened prior and after of this movie before we make an assumption on him.
Right.
Like, I have it written down here that this movie requires a little bit of like background knowledge.
Yeah.
If you just like went straight into this movie and watched it, you would probably be really confused.
Oh, for sure. Cause yeah, that's how it is with like a lot of like history-y movies. Like you have to have some background, which is probably why I didn't like Dunkirk very much. um, but yeah, you have to know quite a bit. And I just lost my train of thought. Okay. um, okay. You know what? Let's move on. Let's talk about another thing.
Let's move on.
Pardoning Gert. Gert.
What?
Gert in his pardoning phase.
Oh, right. I thought you meant we're pardoning.
No. We're not pardoning Gert. No. Bad. Do not pardon Gert. He deserved to die. Yeah, he did bad things. He bad person. We don't like him. But yeah.
Pardoning Gert was kind of funny.
He was very funny. Because he's just like...
It's not a funny movie, but when
no.
he was like giving himself like the, little pep talk in the mirror or whatever, that was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like, this is not a movie where, like, humor was used pretty much at all. But, like I said earlier, like, I think every single scene... Oh, I'm going to die here, aren't I? Every single scene in this film was intentional. Including good old, pardoning Gert.
Pardoning Gert.
Mm-hmm.
God, he was something else.
He was certainly something.
Okay, I'm like, is that all you want to say about Pardoning Gert?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to not die, because there's bad things attacking me, and I don't have enough brain power. Gert's nails are nice. Schindler's birthday. Schindler's birthday party. That happened. That's where he kissed the little Jewish girl. Yes. How does Rapunzel put it? Like, that's the funny thing about birthdays. They're kind of an annual thing.
Your birthday was last year.
Your birthday was last. That's the funny thing about birthdays. They're kind of an annual thing. I love that movie. Yeah, his birthday happened. The fact that he, like, kissed the Jewish girl or whatever, that, like, definitely played into the not like other Nazis thing that he was kind of going for.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that's kind of his whole deal, is, like, I am not like other members of this party. Oh my gosh, I just got a trident. Oh, but there's lots of bad things attacking me. Oh my gosh, I really cannot hold a train of thought. Hold on. Get rid of this buried treasure map that I've already used.
talking about?
I don't know. This is not, like,
Oh, we're talking about Schindler's Birthday Party.
Schindler's Birthday Party. Another
What is
buried
that
treasure
Schindler's
map?
Birthday Party? I have no idea.
I don't know either. I just found more, I just found another buried treasure map.
Schindler's Birthday Party. And he kisses the little Jewish girl.
He kisses the little Jewish girl.
Also, bringing back the theme of using children to build Schindler's character.
Yes. Yes. It was good. We like that scene because good character development.
I heart good character development.
I also heart good character development. Does this, I think I asked you this, while we were watching it, but does this movie fall into your, does it work with your theory, your working theory?
It does. I don't think it does.
You don't think it
I have
does?
found that, like, movies based on historical events, or, like, real things, don't tend to apply to my rule.
Uh-huh.
Because we also watched The Prince of Egypt in YouTube the other day.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
what am I supposed to do about that? Like, it doesn't really fit into mine.
Yeah, because, like,
It's another one of the exceptions.
another one of the exceptions, yeah. For those of you who don't know about Royal's theory, it's, why is there another buried treasure map? River's theory. I just found another buried treasure map.
You can get yourself together.
I know, I'm a mess. I'm caffeinated and I overslept. And so, like, ugh.
You're drinking your LaCroix.
No, I haven't drinking any LaCroix today, but I had a lot of coffee. I know. I had 2 yesterday, though, so I like. But I'll probably have one today anyways. I'll have another one. I'll have one today anyways. Schindler in jail.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He went to prison for a hot second after, like, kissing the Jewish girl. The, like, juxtaposition that does. Like, okay, first of all, I realize that I say a lot of words that a lot of people don't know the definition of. Do you know what juxtaposition means? Okay. Juxtaposition is when you have, like, 2 opposing, like, I guess, ideas in one, like, scene. It doesn't just generally, it applies to a lot of, like, art and stuff. It's not just film. But, like, so, like, if you had, like a classical Baroque, like, painting or whatever next to, like, a banana taped on a wall, like, that's a juxtaposition. Because that would be like, oh, there's so many sheep. There would be, like, a whole bunch of, like, modern art. Yeah.
Yes, I do see how you're trying to use this in the context of this.
Right. So the juxtaposition being, like, we have Schindler, this, like, slimy business guy. Slimy is the best word to describe him, though. I stand by that. There's no better word to describe Oscar Schindler than slimy. But yeah, the juxtaposition of him being, like, put into a prison cell with, like, I can't even remember what the guy in his cell did. I feel like it was drugs, but I don't think that was illegal at this time. It's always drugs. But yeah, it was really good. It was really good. We like. I love a good juxtaposition. There's also the juxtaposition of, like, the people, like, all of the Nazis and all of Schindler's friends, like, getting around, they're, like, able to do, they're able to kind of, like, do whatever they want, like, they have all their parties, they have their nice houses, like, they have everything, and then the Jews.
House is so nice.
Oh, yeah.
For why?
I don't know. I really don't know. But, I mean, it is.
What you were saying.
No, I think that's all I had to say about that. Yeah, good juxtaposition. Stern! We haven't talked about Stern at all.
I thought it was
Yeah, he's a great character, also with a fabulous arc. Everybody in this film has a good arc, except for Gert. Gert has no arc, and he dies in the end, which is okay.
But what about pardoning Gert?
No, that's not an arc. That is a hot second. Yeah, that's an era. Yeah. So, Gert has no arc.
Fun facts with Professor Jones, our history teacher. In real life, was like a real person, but there was also another person helping Schindler get Jews out of the labor camps. There was two people, but they were just like both combined into one character that was Stern. So Stern was a real person, but there was also another person.
And they just put like that character, like that person is also really Stern. Yeah. Fun facts. Yeah. So they do a lot of like good stuff like that. Another one of the things that Professor Jones brought up a lot was the comparison of Schindler and Stern. They're like very similar people. They're very selfish, full of themselves. Like they want what they want, and they're gonna do what they need to get it. The only difference is where the line is drawn. And for Schindler, it was we don't kill people to get what we want. And for Gert, there is no line.
Gert or Stern? I thought we were comparing Stern.
Oh. So I can't hold a train of thought today, as you can tell.
Because I'm pretty sure
it's
those traits describe
Gert and Schindler. Yes, that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. We were talking about Stern. Oh no. No, Stern is what you would call not selfish. He was like, yeah, no, he was not. Stern was good. We like Stern.
Yeah,
we like Stern lots.
And another Professor Jones is getting a lot of airtime tonight.
Yeah, literally. I guess because we watched it with him.
Stern, like, wouldn't ever drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say that next. Yeah.
Because like they weren't really friends at that point.
Right.
They were just, like, business.
Yeah. Hold on. Pause
if
while
you would even consider them business.
Pause while I yell at my siblings. I'll be back in
Okay. Okay, I'm moving on. I can't remember where this scene was in the movie, like, based on where we are now, but there's a scene where the rabbi isn't making enough, I think he was making
Okay, I'm back.
factory. I mean, hi. I'm talking about the rabbi. Like,
oh, yes. Yeah.
So, he wasn't making, like, enough hinges or whatever in the factory. And so somebody tries to shoot him, but the gun isn't working, or, like, it's out of bullets or something.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that actually happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what he said is, like, it wasn't as, like, dramatic as that, I don't think, but...
Yeah.
I mean, who's to know? They didn't...
That was true. Like, they were actually
yeah.
shooting, but then
Yeah. We love, like, niche historical facts like that.
we do.
Love a good historical reference.
Right after that is when the bribing starts. Where
Yes.
Schindler would, like, send Stern things to bribe the guards to get people transferred to his factory.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that is when that starts, with, like, the lighter.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, and that eventually brings us to the actual, like, the list. Schindler's List.
One of the many Schindler's List.
Yeah, well, like, the big list, I feel like, is the one at the end where he is just going through and writing down absolutely everybody he wants to keep. Which is, I don't know, I can't even remember what number he said it added up to be. Very high.
I know it was for sure, it was more than 750.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think at the end of the movie it said he had saved like 1,100 people or something. And then that is a lot of people. Good for him.
See, well, I think that's a lot of people, but then, like, when you think of the grand scheme of things, like,
6 million.
Died in the Holocaust,
6 million. It's not a lot, but as they, like, inscribe on the ring at the end, like, every singular life matters.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is, like... Oh, I did not think about this. I am doing a bad job of things.
Alright, and right after we have the first bribing scene is when we have pardoning Gert.
Ah, yes, pardoning Gert.
And his mirror scene where he's, like, given himself the pepperoni stare.
He's Pardoning Gert is my second favorite character in this whole movie.
Not Gert, just part.
Just Pardoning Gert.
Gert.
Yeah, he's my second favorite character in this whole film. Yeah, I think after the real list, like the Schindler's List was revealed, I think that's when both of us stopped. Were like no longer watching in class. We had to finish this movie outside of class because.
That day in class.
Yeah. I don't know where you were, but I was getting the the second. Well, I got the second COVID shot like that Wednesday or whatever.
Oh right.
And then I was incapacitated. I don't either, but well, we ended up here.
Oh, okay. Wait, we need to talk about this for the sole purpose, like, to bring up one of my Professor Jan's quotes.
Okay.
So I don't know when in the movie this takes place, but there's a woman who like shows up to Schindler's factory and is like ready to ask him to move her parents to his factory so they'll be safe.
Right.
And then she dresses up in this like outfit to make herself like real presentable looking.
Right.
And Professor Jones was like, lipstick, a dress, and a hat. Men love hats.
Oh my gosh. He said so many just like stuff throughout this movie.
He's so funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was that one was a particularly good one. That was a good scene too. Like, oh crap.
Yeah, and then Schindler's all like, because he's scared of like being judged or whatever by the other Nazis, like found out by the other Nazis, so he's like, no, that's not true, like I'm not taking it easy on anybody, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And then he goes off and saves the parents.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna die here, aren't I?
Okay, so after
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways.
So after the pardoning Gert mirror scene,
We're after that.
when there's like they have their in the later camp, they're like killing a whole bunch of people. Thinning out the population of the camp to make room for the Hungarian Jews that are coming in.
Right.
On the trip.
Yeah.
So the sickly women or whatever are using blood as a makeup on their faces.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
More, like healthy, I guess.
Yeah.
Their faces some more color or whatever. That part made me ill.
Yes, same. That and there were a couple other scenes where I was like, oh, that is both disgusting and horrifying and just the worst. And I guess that's kind of the whole idea of like making movies about the Holocaust is to make people remember like, hey, this was really bad. Let's not do that again.
Aware.
Yeah.
Also in that like, not the same scene, but like in that chunk of like maybe a half an hour or whatever. We have the kids being wound up and put on trucks. But then there's maybe like 15 or 20 kids that escape, and then there's like maybe 4 of them. The little girl with the glasses. And they're hiding in the like toilet.
Yes, that was another scene that made me want to vomit.
Yeah.
And for good reason, because it was gross. But yeah, it was meant to be. It was meant to be like that.
The scene with the kids on the truck and they're like waving and everybody's like running out, that's the worst scene in the whole movie.
Correct. Yes, I agree. That was horrible.
That's the worst one. There's so many terrible scenes in movies, that is the worst one.
And yeah, just to clarify, by terrible we don't mean like badly done or like badly, they were perfectly done. They're just horrible in like the context of history. Like why, like the fact that humans did that to each other is what's horrible. Yeah, it was rough.
Okay, so the last note I have from when we were in class is they're wearing bright white suits in a dirty camp.
Oh, yeah. I think that had to be just like a show of status or something.
Yeah.
Like there was no way.
I think I was referring to the scene where like there's a whole bunch of people on the trains and
Oh,
people are like they're trying to spray the trains with water
yes.
and
So
Schindler like grabs the hose and is spraying the trains like more than the other people would.
right. Well, I don't think they were spraying the trains at all. But yeah, that was definitely a that was certainly that was one of the better scenes. Saying something about the train though reminded me of what was my favorite scene up until the very end. Um, which like the very end is my favorite. But it reminded me of the scene where Stern is originally about to get shipped off to a camp,
Yeah.
and Schindler goes and like saves him. And that's like the real. I feel like that's the real first start to Schindler's arc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
that's like where he really starts to like become a good guy, you know.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. However, that changed after I saw the end. So, there's the real list reveal, which is how I have that written down as like we actually get to see like Schindler's List. Yeah. But then this is where the part that I jumped in on is right before Schindler did his speech in the factory. And I wrote, "Man's gonna die after this speech," because I was like I was like certain that he was gonna like get shot by one of like the SS guys, or like somebody was gonna hunt him down. Um,
I
I think I
think
missed a few scenes.
it was right as the Jews were being transferred to Czechoslovakia,
Mm-hmm.
and Schindler gave his little speech thing there, and then he was like, "Oh, then we just have to walk, and you guys will have some like bread and soup or whatever," and then the train took them to Auschwitz. That's where I came up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Um.
And then Schindler was like driving his car. He was like, "Oh no!" He was frantically driving his car over there trying to save these people.
Yeah.
Oh my god, words cannot describe still the like feeling of panic that I have when they show up there and then they all go in like the shower room.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Pure panic.
Just anxiety, like bad, like
Still,
oh.
I even know what's happening. I even like know what like I know what how this is. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
But still, ooh.
Because like you're always told. I feel like one of the biggest like facts that you're told in like one of the biggest like experiences you're described in history class in, well, at least in my experience is like, oh yes, they would take the Jews, tell them they're going to get a shower, and put them in a gas chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard that fact so many times that I just like know like, so I'm of course
know,
like
that's why
yelling
that
at them
freaks me
like,
out so
yeah, because it's like you know what's gonna happen,
Oh yeah.
and it's terrifying.
And I think why the reason why most of them were like freaking out is because they knew too. Because earlier in the movie there was a scene where a whole bunch of women were talking about how like they had heard rumors that people like Jews were being gassed in these camps, and by telling them that they were going to take a shower.
Yeah.
I that was a scene that happened. So I
Yeah.
think most of them probably knew
Or at least some
that
of them
was
knew.
going to happen, and then it just and that's why like the like feeling of relief, like the crying and like relief feeling
Yeah.
when the water turned on.
Yeah, like when it was legitimately like a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
And
was.
they were like dirty. They were probably just so thankful to have a shower.
Yeah, honestly, who wouldn't be? Um,
Right?
yeah. What else happened in? What else happened? So so Schindler has his breakdown, like his full like tears, sobbing, like it's midnight and I have a 300-point English assignment due in 5 minutes breakdown.
Not a research paper.
Yeah. He has that breakdown. Like, the like it's like panic sobs. Um so yeah, he has like the panic sobs of I should have saved more people. And right, it would have been great if you had saved more people. Like, please, let's save all of the people. And then like Stern comes and like gives him a hug. I think that yeah, and
Called an Oscar because they're like friends now.
yeah,
That
development
character
development of their relationship is so good. So good.
I agree.
Yeah. So and then all of the other Jews came in and like did a whole like group hug, like whole thing. So one of my only critiques is like I feel like it would have been better if they just had like Stern hug Schindler and just like left him there, kind of like you lived your life so lonely, and so even though like you saved all these people, I don't know. I feel like it would have been more dramatic if it had just been Stern there hugging him. That's just my opinion, though. That's like purely an artistic thing that I thought about. But then the ring, when they gave him the ring, oh my gosh, that was so good. I knew immediately it was gonna happen when they like pulled the guy's like fake teeth out.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make him something.
See it.
I feel it. There. So, yeah, it was that oh my gosh, that was so good. So good. And then now we get to my favorite character of the entire movie.
Hardman Dirt.
No, he's my second favorite character in the whole movie.
Oh, okay.
My first favorite character in the whole movie is the clueless Soviet soldier. You know, the one who comes in and is like, y'all are liberated. He's my favorite because he's clueless. He has no idea what these people have gone through. And he's like saying, oh, you guys are liberated. Like, yeah, clearly. And then he's like, well, y'all can go to the town over there. And they're like, really, dude? Like, that's it? Like, you didn't bring, like, food, clothing, like, help, nothing? Like, he's so useless. He's just like, yeah, y'all are free. I'm like, yeah.
We're talking about the guy
Yep,
on
we're
the
free.
horse, right?
Yes, we're talking about the guy on the horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, that one. He's just, yeah. He's just so useless and clueless. It actually made me laugh how, like, out of it, how out of touch he seemed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they hang Gert. And that was good. Then the best scene in the whole film.
The last scene.
The shot of all of... So, I caught on to this part, where, this was an experience for me. Basically, the part where, like, they have the Jews walking over the hill. All of the actors in the movie, like, it's in the black and white. And then it changes to color, and then it's the actual people. That is the coolest shot I've ever seen. And then the best scene, though, is when they're going to put, like, the stones on Schindler's tomb, or not tomb, what do you call it? A grave. I know what things are. They're going to put putting the stones on Schindler's grave. And it took me an entire minute to, like, cause it's a long scene. Like, there's a lot of time that takes up. And so I was, like, getting bored pretty early on. They're, like, flashing names across the screen. I'm not really, like, gathering what's going on. And I'm skipping through. And then as I'm skipping through, I, like, stop at this scene. I can't even remember who I saw. It might have been Emily Schindler. But I look, and I'm like, no, it was Stern. I remember now. It was Stern. I saw... No, it was like actually like dude Stern.
Actually, Stern.
Actual Stern. I see I see the actor and the actual person there, and I just like froze. I'm like, "Oh, that's what they're doing." And then I proceed to yell across my house, "Steven Spielberg is a genius."
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, cuz that is like it gave me chills. I was like, "Oh, they're not just flashing the names and the actors across the screen. These are the people."
Yeah.
I thought they were just doing to like humanize the people, like remind us like, "Oh, yes, each of these people has like a name and they like existed." But no, they were like alive.
Mhm. I wonder.
Hmm. How many of the Schindler Jews are still alive?
Yep. I was looking at the same thing.
Yep. um. Hmm.
Oh, the descendant.
Yeah. The youngest Schindler List survivor won't stop telling her. Okay, here's a new article. This is the youngest of the Schindler of the people on Schindler's List is now 80 in 2018. So they're now 82. I don't know how many more of them there are, but I'd see one of them. She's 82. Um, that's all that I am seeing. All right. So, do you have any closing thoughts on this film? Anything else you got?
Trying to find how many, or if any, are still alive.
Well, I saw that there's one, at least,
Mm-hmm.
but she was the youngest in the whole group, like on the list, and she's 82 now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm back to reality.
back to reality. Okay.
What was your question?
Huh?
What was your question? Did you
Oh,
say something?
closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. What you got?
Oh. Steven Spielberg is genius.
Mm-hmm. That's what the description of this episode's gonna be. Because this is pure, like, when I said everything is intentional, I meant like every single scene is intentional and every single scene is done incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this movie. Um, it's really good. Watch it if you're not a child. Uh,
If
the
you're a child, watch it with your parents.
Yeah, and get their permission and let
Or
them
your
know that
guardian.
let them know that it's rated R and has there
They've
is
probably seen it.
yeah. Actually, my mother hasn't seen it. Yeah, she's like, I never seen it. I'm like, what? Okay. The only thing that I have to say, I could have done with, like, I'm not somebody who prefers graphic nudity and sexual, like, anything in a film. Uh, and that wasn't really appreciated. I understand why they did it. Um, it was all intentional.
Yes.
And earlier, like before finishing the entire film, I would have also said I didn't prefer the graphic violence, but well, the murder of 6 million people it's kind of important that you show the violence behind it.
Yeah, and like we were talking about this in class too, and I feel like it wasn't necessarily a graphic movie, it was just an intense movie.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like you didn't watch this movie
Like
because you like
there wasn't a whole lot of gore. A lot of people died, but it wasn't necessarily very gory. Like there wasn't a whole lot of visual blood or like bones or anything.
right. Like I would argue The Last Samurai is a gorier movie.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like heads rolling around. Um, Yeah, so yeah, that's Schindler's List. Um, let us know in the comments what you thought of that movie. Are we ready to move on to the news?
Sure. I don't have any, but
I have a little bit of news. Bad Batch has started. In the month since we last recorded, we had May the 4th. The Bad Batch is a show that has started, and it's, you know, if you like Star Wars, watch it. It's so good. It's so, so good. I love it. Love it, I love it, I love it. Because we're not really out of the... my, like, kind of personal rule is, like, 3 months, then I can start saying, like, spoilers. Like, 3 months after it's come out or whatever, I can start saying stuff. And it has not been 3 months, so... I will not be, like, spoiling anything for it. But watch it! It's great! What was the other news that I saw? I feel like so much has happened, but I can't remember any of it. Oh, Studio Ghibli theme park has revealed Totoro land concept art. That's Studio Ghibli things. We don't really do a lot of Studio Ghibli stuff, but I love them. What else?
Swift broke a vinyl sales record
Oh yeah!
for Evermore.
As she should. Evermore is so good.
She owns literally every single record of the music industry.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, she's broken every record. Ever.
Yeah, literally. I wonder how many records, how many... What's the music awards? What's that one? Which one's that?
Grammys.
Yeah, I wonder how many Grammys she's won.
I don't know, but Beyonce currently holds the record for music. I think Taylor has like 20 something, 23.
Okay. A couple.
Get up for you.
A couple. Oh, Indiana Jones 5 begins filming next week.
Why?
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. Did I talk about Shadow and Bone the last time we recorded?
I don't think you did.
Okay,
but
we'll talk about that in a second.
Taylor Swift has 41 Grammy nominations and 11 Grammy wins.
Only 11?
Yeah.
Those are
But
rookie numbers.
She does hold yet another record for the youngest winner of Album of the Year.
Well, there you go.
So she was young.
Right. Yeah, as she should. She's great. Listen to Evermore, it's really good. I don't know how you haven't if you're still, like, alive at this point. Like, oh, it's really, really good. Yeah. So, I think I meant to shout out Shadow and Bone last time we recorded. I'm not gonna give it a shout out, but I am gonna tell you that it's lovely, and, I think Kaz Brecker is my favorite fictional character of all time.
Wait, we're talking about Shadow and Bone.
Yeah, the Netflix show.
First episode.
Not a fan?
And then I got bored, so now I'm rewatching The Vampire Diaries for the third time.
Oh my gosh. You're telling me you'd rather watch Vampire Diaries than Shadow and Bone?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, that's... yeah, actually, I'm not gonna get frustrated about this because it's a stupid thing to get frustrated about. Good for you. I am so glad that you find joy in something that I don't find joy in.
Entitled to my wrong opinion.
You are entitled to your wrong opinion. Shadow and Bone is better than Vampire Diaries.
Shout out to Dr. Hollis and Dan Palms because I quote you every single day when I tell people that they're entitled to their wrong.
Oh my. Ben Barnes, though. Ugh. I love him. I heart Ben Barnes, as you would say.
Wait, I think I saw him in a TikTok.
You should have.
Because the TikTok was like, oh, why do girls always have this like weird obsession with anybody with the name like Barnes in their name? And it was like
Bucky
him
Barnes.
and P.T. Barnum and
Bucky Barnes. Yup. Yup. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh. Cruella came out. Cruella came out.
Did you watch it?
I have not watched it. Have you?
I have not. I've been meaning to. It also came out on May 28th, and I don't know if you were around or into the movie Descendants. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, do I remember that movie? I never watched it, but I remember the everything that happened around that movie.
Because okay, Cameron Boyce was in that movie.
Oh, he's
He
the one
was
who died, right?
Cruella DeVille's son.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the son of Cruella DeVille. And that movie came out on May 28th, and that's his birthday.
Oh, that's good. That is really
It hurts
good.
so bad. It hurts
Yeah.
so bad.
Wow. That's really good. That's
Because
really
he
good.
definitely would have had a cameo in that movie.
Oh,
No,
for
he
sure.
just
For
really was.
sure. Like with the way that like Descendants was like at the time of its like fame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
It was so
still
good.
is everywhere.
It is. Like you still have like little kids dressing up. Like everybody was Mal for like
Oh yeah.
everybody.
My neighbor had a Mal bike.
A bike. Yeah. Like you go to like the toys section of like Walmart or whatever. Like there's still stuff.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Still everywhere.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to some shout-outs? What do you want to shout out this week?
Sure.
Yeah. What do you want to shout out this week?
I'll shout out good old Professor Jones. We'll miss you so much. Thank you for signing my yearbook.
I signed 2 yearbooks this year. That's it.
You signed mine.
I signed yours. And I signed one other person's.
It was really just an autograph. You literally just wrote your first and last name.
Correct. Yep, that's how I sign yearbooks. I don't do anything special.
You should have wrote tags.
Oh my gosh, hags.
I wrote tags in my yearbook.
Did she seriously?
Yes.
Did you know that she loves the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack?
What?
Soph? Soph loves the How to Train Your Dragon.
What did she? She loves the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack?
Yeah. I discovered this about her.
Sounds
Like,
about right.
yeah, I discovered this about her yesterday. No, the other day. 2 days ago.
Sounds about right.
Oh my. Shout out to Soph.
She would never watch.
No, she never would.
I'm gonna send it to her.
Okay, alright, I'll send.
If you're so, click here.
If you're Soph, click here. Oh my. I'm gonna shout out the end of the school year.
Yay.
And I'm gonna shout out Death Note. Oh.
Yay. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's good.
Death Note?
Yeah.
It's an anime. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's good, watch it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm only on like episode 11. I say only, but this is kind of a record for me. Like I never get this far this soon. I only started watching it like this week.
Congratulations.
Why, thank you. Okay, you are no longer in the game. You
No, I left the game.
okay?
I'm gonna turn off my computer, so you're just gonna have to do the exit without me.
Okay, I'll do that then. Oh my gosh, things are trying to kill me. Do not do that. It's rude. Killing people is rude. That's what this.
Don't kill people. We just did a whole
We
episode.
just did a whole episode on that you shouldn't kill people. Anyways, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Not in Kansas. Let us
Like and
know.
subscribe for better audio.
Yes.
Comment and you get a cookie.
Comment and you get a cookie. I should check the comments. Let us know what other movies you want us to review and what other guests you want us to have. I don't know, like, we have some guests lined up.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Y'all. Let me see ya.
Yeah, we don't know. You'll probably just see me next. We are kind of a hot mess.
Probably.
Yeah, so make sure you let River know how much you're gonna miss her. Yes. Bye!